Yeah, either way, 16-1, 2 Reason going into that first map over on Mirage. The map pick of Endpoint, which is the surprising part as well. So moving on to map 2, hoping for a different story, but realistically...
Jess said he's going to double their performance. So
yeah, he's going to get 2 kills, 2 rounds, not 1 round.
Ooh, aiming high.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's... The thing is, after a map like that, it can be easier, if anything, to reset.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, that happened. Can't do anything about it. It wasn't like we came close, sort of like the Penta game that's just happened where they got to be losing it right now. But they can just sort of go, okay, yeah, it happened. We can't really change anything. It was awful. Let's just go into this one like it's a new map. And like, obviously it sucks that it did just happen, but as long as there's not too much momentum built up, and also it could even come into effect, the Reason might go into this next one a little bit cocky. So
yeah.
It's definitely possible that they turn things around. This knife could actually play quite a big prospect if they get that CT side start, because we've already seen quite a few teams today where their executes, especially on this map, have been very basic. They've just been rushing into the sites, just trying to push one and then switching to the other, just hoping that they can find something a little bit different without really doing anything too impressive. So if that's the same thing here, CT side start could be pivotal.
It's very possible. I mean, we did see a bit of aggression from Reason going into that first map, even on the win. They really went full BM mode near the end when they kind of started pulling out Zeus and stuff. But really, I don't know. I feel like they would surely go into this one feeling pretty confident, but maybe not too aggressive. Either way, they'll be starting on the T side, so it's not going to have the same effect. If they start on CT, you can push up, do your thing there, but on T side, it's a very different story. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform coming into this one, whether they can repeat the same success, or whether we see the same thing as earlier, which was CX versus Revolution, where Revolution got it to 14 rounds. So yeah, it's who really knows at this point. This roster has been around a couple of months now, and we've not seen anything like them, anything like this from them.
Oh, an interesting clock name there.
I
Quite a bit of utility actually invested into this round from the teaser. They're just going to go running in. Passive hold out from Endpoint. They're going for this retake. Smoke and Kip. We've already seen how effective that can be. Problem is, look how aggressive Thomas is going. He is feeling confident after that last one. Tech9 gets himself the first. Looking for more. Actually has support as well from Karma, who's maybe going a little bit too far, but either way, they still have the man advantage, at least for a second, until Jess trades things back.
3 on 3. Good odds for Endpoint to pick up this pistol, and it would lead them on a right start to move back into this map after a humiliating defeat. Cinder plays close on the sandbags here. It's going to be the first kill coming out from Hoodlum. The rest of them starting to peek out. Cinder coming on the back. Jesp is going to grab one. This pulls it into a 1-on-1. No need for Cinder to fight. The time is low. Jesp has a kit, and he's going to round the corner. Checks the wrong angle. Jesp, no. Dear, oh dear. Cinder is going to pick that one up. And the Reason, not that they needed any kind of help, will take the first round.
Yeah, I think he probably expected Cinder to go running rather than just hiding behind the sandbag. So a little bit unfortunate. In terms of investment, they've actually gone fairly minimal, in fact, over on this CT side. I doubt we'll see a double op straight off the bat. I think that's a little bit overzealous, but we may see just extra utility, which I'm actually behind. I like seeing that. Going into your buy rounds, like, you want to lead into your buy round saying, do you know what, we think we're going to win our buy. We don't need to sort of overfight in these sort of pistol round scenarios. P90 for Cinder. Of course, anybody who is a fan of that weapon is wrong. And we'll see if he can just spray and pray and find something. And, well, if he gets shot in the face, not the end of the world.
Now after that pick, they're going to start to converge on long. Flashes go over. Reason take the control. Mighty Max playing from the site just for information. If he needs help, we can obviously draw back. Imi is pushed up by Toilets to regroup. It might be needed as Reason start to make a bit of a push, but not fully focusing just yet. We do see a bit of a jump up. Thomas makes his way over. Mighty Max going to spot him there. So information gained, and Imi probably going to be drawing back at least shortly if he doesn't see anyone towards short. But that being said, Cinder is just there on the other side, so It's going to be a few more seconds until they reconvene and all push together, but we've got a rotation coming through. Cryptix has made his way back up to A. We've got a bit of aggression from Pickles pushed up over on B. Right now the setup for Endpoint's okay, but again they've got to hit the shots, and up against rifles it's easier said than done. Through the smoke they go. No flashbangs, could be risky, and the nade goes in, but the shots all land for a reason. It's only one kill for the side of Endpoint. Cryptix trying to pick up a double, but it's not going to work out. He will fall, and that leaves just Pickles on the back lines.
Mr. Pickles, Deeg in hand. Cinder rounds the corner, that's one at least. Get rid of that horrific P90. I'm not even going to pick it up, I like it, Pickles. No, don't do it. No. Get rid of it. Throw out the map. Buy an XM, it's much better.
Your justification for weapons is so weird. Why don't you like the P90? Honest question.
Because it's worse than a UMP, it makes less money and costs more.
Worse is objective.
No, it's not.
It's better for a different reason. 50 bullets, Tom. 50
no, it's
bullets.
Worse.
50 bullets.
PP Bison has 60 odd.
Yeah, but the damage is too low to justify it, as well as the fire rate. P90's high fire rate,
nope,
high damage,
it's a rubbish
and 50
weapon.
bullets. It's like a Negev that you can run with.
Potato.
Dear oh dear. Either way, throwing over to Cryptix. Pickles keeps the deagle. No armor on the CT side anyway, so Reason have another chance to just exploit them and get themselves a little bit further of a round lead. 3 is on the cards here. As they make their way up through short, we're going to have the long control down on B taken by Cinder, but far more passive as Endpoint go for a bit of a B stack, try and switch things up. Just Jesp over towards A, and he's just jump spotting for information. But none of it will be found. We've got Reason playing very passively here, and I like this, because this is the kind of round where you either, or you should either stack, as Endpoint are doing, or go aggressive on the CT side. So Reason are just playing to counter the latter. If aggression comes through from Endpoint, it will be, you know, just held back by long-range rifles playing at said long ranges, but instead they're going to finally start to push their way up and walk into the A site, the unstacked site. The right call to make for Reason.
Wait, we've got a P90, no armor.
It's saved, so
I know, but that's wonderful. I forgot that Pickles didn't actually buy armor in the previous round. We are going to have the long push coming in. Entry kill onto Jesp already. Of course, there's so little for this CT side to play with. Just getting wrecked through the wall, and they may not even be able to find a frag in this situation. Max going to go pushing as well. Probably would have been better if the team actually gathered up and at least tried to push together. Nice shot from Pickles though, again with the Deeg. He's able to hit a couple of shots and actually finds an AK for a second, but then gets killed through the wall. The P90 will actually get one, but that is all. Extra $300 at least. Dropping a couple of weapons, but the T side are comfortably going to be able to rebuy, and 3-0 up. Now look to try and break back against this buy. AWP will be dropped over to Imi, and actually that means that Max is not going to have a rifle in this situation. We'll have plenty of utility to play with instead, but he has to stick with the
fast monster play coming out from Reason. We didn't see too much success in the previous matchup with the other teams playing this, but this time Reason make it out fairly safely. Down into B they go. There's going to be just one player playing barrels. Pickles waiting on the side of the smoke. They don't know he's here. Max as well jumping on the site, taking all the attention. Pickles can now strike, and damage is done, but he gives away his position. Doesn't matter. 2 for Pickles. Max finds one in the meantime as well. Now 2 Ts remain, but Pickles isn't done. It's Mighty Max and Pickles to combine to pick up that round. Endpoint, they take a first on the board. Finally. This is the exact same that they got so far in the previous map. Let's hope they don't fall at the first hurdle, and this time they actually start to pick up CT rounds.
Well, yeah, they've started in a much better position anyway, because they didn't go for those sort of pistol force buys. They've ended up with an actual solid buy, a couple of AKs alongside the M4s as well, which is always a nice bonus. And Imi with the AWP, that's not something we saw at all, really, in the last map. The only one that they had, I think, was saved from a pistol round. And he's already looking much more confident in this situation. Finds the first. Thomas, a little bit of a jump spot. He's actually going to go down instead, leaving only one man anywhere near Imi in this situation, and not for long. 3 kills for him already. Where was this AWP on the last map? Because so far it's making a massive difference.
But yeah, Reason not playing together at all in that round. Just getting picked off one by one. Obviously, the position of Imi was very difficult to counter when he keeps moving around like that, but seeming to all be separated. As are the last two. One through short, Cinder going to be making his way up through the playground. And regrouping up on long, or at least Cinder will be, as he makes his way up. The AWP is holding passive from the back of the site.
He's still around that sort of toilets long combo. We'll be able to get one. Actually spots the head of Jesp as well, but can't really do anything about it. He'll be cleared out of position. Actually has to go a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, no.
That'll be another one for Hoodlum as well. 30 seconds left. Everybody rotating over towards this site. Bomb dropped. No chance. Hoodlum should be able to even get another kill in this situation, and he won't. Cryptics eventually takes him down, and that's the second in a row now for Endpoint, and the money is not good. Reason are actually going to have to go for an eco in this situation. A pistol picked up onto Thomas, but he hasn't had the flying start that we saw on the previous map, and that's another thing to mention. There were huge individual plays coming out from Reason in the last map. That, well, especially in terms of just individual players, doesn't always happen, and it could be the difference when going onto this map.
Fast play up through short though. Pistol's not going to work out. Imi once again strikes with the AWP, and Reason instead just charging down in towards B. It's going to be Pickles here left to defend. Again, he did well last time, but this time he's going to get degged out after only a kill. A team kill coming out from Karma, and he will fall after that. So not exactly turning it into a great round for Reason Gaming. A 1v4 in the hands of Thomas. Well, he did great over in Mirage. I think this one's a little off the cards.
Strong name. Maybe he can do it.
Keep saying that, but I don't know. Cryptics wall banging him out. It will be the round going to Team Endpoint once again. Thomas not too happy with that one. And Endpoint, they've already tripled their rounds from the previous map. 3-3 as Reason go back in for the buy. Rifles upon rifles upon rifles. As Endpoint themselves keep this AWP in play on him. He's been doing fantastically with that.
CT side, much more utility as well. Perfect setup already on this CT side, and they've got quite a bit of bank to go behind it as well. 7,000 on a couple and 5,000 on Jeps, so not really any problems for them buying up in the next couple of rounds. CT side actually going very heavy over towards the B site early, just waiting for me to actually go for a bit more of a spot. Now, Banana and Toilets Control just going to be completely given away by the CT side. Rotations have actually come back in towards A site, leaving just 2 on B. Now the bomb looking like it's about to be picked up, but Imi is already in waiting, and he already finds that first kill. He's making things look easy at the moment, but actually misses a shot. That'll be Hoodlum to take him down. Already third player getting ready to rotate. Now I'd like to see the T's actually duck back towards the B site here. They are forcing rotations. Cryptic's going to go back towards the B site just to make sure they still have presence in this position. They haven't seen the T's in a while after that initial pick comes in. Spot from Jesp actually looking towards that banana spot rather than actually towards long, and that's where all of the T's currently begin to move.
Oh, Jesper's getting such incorrect information here. He's pushing down short, and he's going to be able to call. And look at this rotation. Max is already falling back down B, but they have no short control. No one is on the A site. Jesper's pushed up far too much, and they think it's B. They don't know that this is a long wrap. This is so clever from Reason. They're about to walk onto a site for free. 10 seconds left. Endpoint finally realise. Bomb down. Jesper's trying to trade, and he does at least get one onto Cinder as the bomb is planted, but still, Reason got a bomb plant out of a round that they really shouldn't have. Unfortunate information grabbed by Endpoint, but we've still got Hoodlum deep in the site while Cray comes in for the wraparound. Hoodlum waiting, he needs one. Mighty Max finds it. This is not turning out to be great for Reason. At least they have the players with the afterplants here for the bomb, but they have no utility to stop it. Flash goes in deep. They're on the bomb. They have to hit the shots. Cray misses. Karma's too far away. It will be Endpoint to pick it up. Unfortunate stuff there for Reason Gaming, but at least they get the bomb plant, and realistically, given the positions they were in, they shouldn't have.
Yeah, it sort of it worked out really well for Endpoint, even though it was a big mistake. Not checking long completely gave away the site, but at the same time it set them up perfectly for the retake, because Jesp was he was in faster than they ever could have imagined. Like, there was no way the T's would have seen that coming, knowing that there was a player going to be over towards short, pushed up so aggressive. So a bit of a blunder that actually paid out for them. But now, well, T's with a bit of investment, an AK Over onto Karma. Cray already low on HP. Now we're going to look, try a bit of a boost, but Pickles is not a fan. Takes a head clean off.
And checking Thomas CAK, I can't say I disagree with the decision. Not only does he have armor, but also he's doing very well early. And Cray, he's going to be able to pick up Jesp. Getting a bit too aggressive there. 7 HP left on the man, but he still wins the fight. And Mighty Max, over aggression down towards B. That was unnecessary. He gets found by Thomas. And now Reason Gaming, a 4-on-3 on their hands. Cinder's going to walk into the site. He has a Tech 9. He has a chance to get something done. And he will. Imi goes down. Suddenly there's 2 left. Cryptics and Pickles both separated as Pickles tries to defend this B site completely alone. Cryptics is not close enough for the rotation. It's going to all have to be down to the lone man, and he'll get wallbang, leaving just Cryptics for the clutch.
Both players unarmored, however, but it won't matter. Quick trade. Reason managed to win a round they had no right to win. Especially after sort of early aggression that did work out for the CT side, but they followed it on with a bit too much, in fact. 4-4. Reason, of course, as said, we're sort of looking for them more on the CT side. We said if they can grind out rounds on the T side, we wouldn't be overly surprised if they were able to take this one. They've been given a bit of a bonus in terms of how much money they have. Already, though, Imi again. This AWP has been incredible so far. Finding those picks all over the shop. Cray looking to try and trade things back. Does a lot of damage to the first. Looks for Pickles as well. Does take him down, but is traded out instantly.
Still 2 players on the site now for Endpoint, so even if Reason burst in, it's not going to be a free site by any means. Got Cryptics and Mighty Max playing this one very passive, not allowing to Reason to get a pickup. Reason now have to commit towards B if they want to do anything. You can't get a pick from this position. So this is a good setup right now for Endpoint, but will Reason realise it? Will they walk into it empty-handed? They have utility they should be utilising, but trying to sneak on in to find frags, it's not going to be working out currently. Cryptics spots the first. He sees Cinder come through short as well, and Mighty Max is tagged up, leaving it all on Cryptics, and he'll get the job done. One for him. Bomb plant attempted and succeeded as Karma gets that down, but I don't imagine too much more. Mighty Max wraps. And Endpoint with a great B setup there to actually pick up the round. Instead of just committing to the standard, barrels player, have one close on the site, they fall all the way back towards CT. And they will pick up a 5th as Reason call in a pause.
See, now TC doesn't actually give any information. Because both tactical and technical are spelt with a T and a C. So thanks for that, but you've told us it's absolutely nothing.
Spoiler, it's attack. It's, yeah. I'm assuming it's attack from the reset, from the situation that Reason they're in. They've not picked up rounds since the first 3 they got from the pistol, and then obviously that one reset round.
Yeah, I think...
You raise a good point, though, Tom. You raise a good point.
Spelling. Sometimes it's necessary.
Sometimes.
Either way. T-side could invest here, but I'd actually quite like to see them just get that extra money. Get Cray maybe on a single AK in this round. Look to try and do an extra bit of damage. Because otherwise you're either going to have Tech 9s or UMPs in play. And, well, I suppose Cray could actually drop one and then just get themselves an extra buy. I don't know. I quite like to see them with everything. An AWP. Look to try and counter Imi out because he has been finding the early pick in most rounds. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if they just went for purchase in this one. Yeah.
If Reason pick this up, though, it would actually have quite a devastating effect, because while Endpoint have got some money, it's still on the rocks for the time being, so looking for Reason to try and get something done here. Outside of B they set up, we see, again, Cryptics and Pickles sitting on B. This time, 3 players aggressive on A. Imi supporting with the AWP, while we have Mighty Max pushed up with the support of Jesp as well over on long, so right now Endpoint set up for success towards A. A lot of information being gained from this information play from Mighty Max as he pushes himself up. Hoodlum's just on the other side in the connector, so realistically, they try and rotate down B after getting this information. He is going to be holding the flank.
Yeah, they've been just given way too much space. Nobody lurking in this situation. It just means they can rotate pretty much everything over towards this B site. They've got players waiting in case they try and push back around, and the flanks are going to be in so fast from this CT side. It's just going to come down to whether they can actually find these entries on the site. It will be a quick trade, but so much damage already done there. Hold off the players looking to push in onto short as well. Looking like they're herding cattle at the moment, but maybe the T's could do something as they push back in. Cinder looking for one, at least brings it back to a 3v3 once again, evening up that scoreline. Bomb looking to go down. As said, the flank's going to be in fast, though. Monster Control has been completely isolated, and Mighty Max is just waiting patiently. Sprays onto a second. Transfer enabled, and now only one man left alive. He gets the first, looking for the second, but Mighty Max will take this round into his own hands, and that'll be 6-4 for Endpoint.
Great stuff. Great spray control from Max as well. Being able to convert that second kill was pretty impressive. But still, Endpoint remains strong despite the damage done from Reason and the bomb plant going down. They still can't buy up. So pistols once again here for the T's. And only armor on Cinder to support. Everyone else just stuck with no Kevlar here. Towards A they go. Jess looking to challenge this one. Cinder is spotted. Everyone else charging in through the connector. Actually, Jasper's got to be a little bit worried here. They're going to be bursting out right behind him. He only just makes it back, but Mighty Max, he's still stuck in the position. Smoke goes down. Imi will pick up a kill in the meantime, and Mighty Max sprays away. 2 for him. Can't convert this spray, though. Will fall as Cinder picks up the kill. Doesn't matter because Imi's always there. 4 kills for him out of nowhere. Only anti-eco, but still impressive nonetheless.
Now, we get to see that buy back in for Reason. Going to want to get themselves around soon, because it's getting to the point where the CT side will have enough money to buy everything they desire when it comes to a repurchase if they were to lose a round, and you don't really want to set yourself up for that inevitability. Now, push out from Mighty Max. Go into Fountain. He's been caught out a couple of times. Has to be careful. He's got support over towards Long just to try and stop them pushing in behind, but actually doesn't really go over aggressive, so instead just not able to cover. He'll go down as well, and this push into mid has not worked, and Imi does not look happy about it, shaking his mouse in anger, or maybe he's just giggling. I don't know. I don't have vision of him at the moment. I think it'd be a bit weird if I did.
Eat smoke on Long though. Reason continuing to push up in through short. Surprised to see Endpoint still commit with this double B setup, especially with the presence outside of A for the time being. This is good. This is what I like. Pickles starts to push up over on B. Information can be gained from this. Cryptics should begin his rotation now that Pickles has cleared out short. There should be 2 players on A by now, and yet there will be. He starts to move on back. Imi drops a bomb, and now Pickles can join him as well. They have everything they need. 40 seconds left. Imi needs to go big once again. We've seen him do it before, but this time he's overrun. Trey takes it, and Cryptics will spot the shadow. Coming around the corner will not help him. Cinder takes a kill, and Cray to close out. It's Reason to pick up a 5th round on the board. No AWP save though, out of choice. Cinder had the option. They decided against it. So sticking with the AKs for now. Not going to see anyone pick up that AWP into this matchup on the T side. Interesting, but Endpoint will call out a pause right before it starts to get dire. They lose a round. They've got money to buy. They want to take a second to work out what they want to do so they don't get reset.
Reset looming. I think it's coming. I think it's coming.
After this pause, surely, right?
Endpoint looking to try and send their opponents back to nothing once again, and that would pretty much end out the half with very little money for Reason, and could secure them a 10-5. Same could be said on the other side though. I was talking about it last round, how it was getting to the point where Endpoint would just be able to buy no matter what for the rest, and there'd be a point of no return. So if Reason can win this round, they'll actually get the extra one and could even win themselves the half, which would be madness over on the T side of Overpass. Although we haven't actually seen what they have to offer on this map yet, and don't actually know whether they would have chosen Mirage if they had the choice. You have to remember it's a 4-ban scenario, so it's a little bit of a weird one in terms of whether or not it's a strong map for them, or if it was just the lesser of 2 evils when going into the final.
Again, this connector control being taken. We have Endpoint with a bit of a different setup. Instead of the AWP being aggressive, it's going to be Jess pushing up through Long. Support from said AWP, but nothing towards short here. Mighty Max is going to begin a pre-rotation, but Cinder in the meantime will actually pick up that first kill. Cryptic's a trade down on B. So favouring the T side in that engagement, but still misinformation gained from Endpoint. That being said, they rotate Mighty Max nonetheless and leave Cryptics alone on B while this A play comes through. And actually Reason, they're going to completely back off. They're not even going to try and contest this one as they move back towards that T spawn. Regroup. Down in towards B. And with just Cryptics on the defense here, while he is playing a little bit more so for retake, it's an awkward spot to be in, because if he gets taken down and they get a bomb down in a 4v3, that's going to completely screw over Endpoint. And they've gone for this one-man stack on B, and it's so risky. They need a rotation. Mighty Max will be said man. But it's a little too late, because already Reason have found themselves on the site. Bomb's going to be planted.
Yeah, look at this aggression, though. Max is going to go straight over the top. He's going to be able to find 1, 2. Thomas doesn't even react to this situation, and Imi's added another as well. Massive round. He's got the Mighty back in his name. And even a little bit of BM to add in at the end. 8-5. A round that looked like it was going to go the Reason way, but instead, the reset comes about.
Such a risky play from Max, but it's the one they needed. Without that, could have easily just been a pick coming out onto Cryptics and CT spawn, and a 4-on-3 post plant. Endpoint would have had to either save or probably lose the round. So, as you predicted, Tom, the reset comes through. Reason struggling to buy up. 2 rounds after the half. They're trying to put everything they can into this basket to at least attempt some kind of buy. A couple of Tech 9s are in. 3 AKs. Next round they are going to be screwed if they don't win this one, because the last bonus is gone from their pockets. And Reason, they've been really taking these T-sides slow. Maybe they should be switching it up a bit. Maybe going a little bit more aggressive. You know, Fash bursting out onto that A site. Obviously, it's harder on B with the use of Molotovs being so prominent, especially from Endpoint. But they can just charge up to A long, charge up to A short. Realistically, they can make it to the site without too much confrontation. Especially in this round where Endpoint are actually playing surprisingly passive. Only just pushed up again the AWP on the site, and we even have Mighty Max in the site as well to help them out. But again, Reason, no information, about to walk into 3 players on A. This could turn into a really awkward round for them.
Out of this spot that Jesper's currently holding, but he's got support from Imi, and that's sort of the bait play. He's actually going to go aggressive as well. This could be a quick flank. The push will be coming in the meantime, but Imi just still taking names. And this has completely stunted the push that the T's had. They've got to go for it, and already, as said, there's going to be a flank coming in. Karma will be able to get one, but the bomb dropped, and Mighty Max again, already ending this round. Jess from behind will make it 9-5. And that leaves Reason with next to nothing to go into the next round, and a 10-5 looking inevitable.
Completely different Endpoint that we saw in the previous map though. They got 16-1 on Mirage. Now moving over to Overpass. Reason don't seem to be too prepared over on their T side, so big surprise to see this. Looking to see how Endpoint can perform going forward. If they can carry this into the second half, looking very likely. Imi rattles off a pop shot with the AWP, but won't land. As Jess switches things up, we've seen no connector control from the CT side so far this half, and he will be showing it as he picks up Cinder, takes the first kill. Imi chased down, hunted like a dog. He's so low HP, and Thomas is going to be running through smoke, but Imi's on the other side. Molly, sorry. Imi takes 2. Looking for a little bit more, but he's getting wrapped from the left side. Pulls out the pistol. He should go down here, but Max will support him. It's all onto Cray. He does get one single trade, but there's still so many rifles around him. Max will be there to shut it down. And Endpoint 10-5.5.
Yeah, much better showing from them. They keep the economy of Reason pretty low throughout the majority of that one. And yeah, they're pretty much set to take this one over the line. A pistol round would almost definitely secure them that matchup. But yeah, Reason, I don't think it's impossible for them to bring it back. Just the scary factor is, if you win the pistol and you only get 5 rounds, you've had a poor half. There's no question about it. You should be getting more than that, able to at least win a few buy rounds, string maybe a couple together. But Endpoint just looked like the better team.
Yeah, and it's not even just that they won the pistol. They won the conversions as well. They won the 2 anti-ecos. They were 3 up. They managed to get 5 out of the next 12. That's a surprise, especially after the way that we saw these guys play. We look at Thomas now, 4 kills. Almost dropped 30 in the previous map. Whereas the players that didn't do as much, Cray, for example, he's at the top of the board alongside Hoodlum. Bit of a surprise, but again, this is Overpass. It's a completely different map to Mirage. And, I mean, going into this one, I think this is going to be our first 3-map series, just judging by the way this is played so far. Endpoint are doing so much damage over on the CT side. Now moving over to the T side, again, on a map that they should have some kind of strategy coming into. There's a good chance that they will be able to close this one out.
T side, they're going to be investing into that Tech 9 and just go straight towards that B side. As said, they get themselves the pistol. The game is going to be looking good for them, and already they've started off very strong. First kill going their way. A lot of damage onto Cray as well, as now the push will come out. We're already going to be losing pretty much every single player. Karma will be able to get one, but that will be all. T side absolutely dominating that situation, and while 11-5, looking good. It's going to have to be some sort of pistol investment here from Reason if they are going to want to turn the tide. So already quite a few SMGs up, so this could work wonderfully. In fact, 4 SMGs, 2 more conventional, at least within the recent meta, and then a MAC-10 and, of course, the trusty MP7 as well.
Big risk though. Reason could easily overtake this, but the only positive is if Reason get kills, they don't get guns that they can use. They get SMGs, which aren't as effective. You know, picking up a MAC-10 on the CT side won't yield you too much success. As Imi charges up towards A, takes down Thomas. The only CT kill is Hoodlum. It's going to be a scout for Karma. Lands a couple of shots, but only puts Imi down to 9 HP. He gets away with his life. And 2 more CTs on the side of Reason, looking just to save as the bomb goes down on the A side of the map. It will be Endpoint to pick it up. 12 rounds here on the T side. And this is just, yeah, this is great for them. They've won the pistol, they won the conversion, at least the first one, the more difficult of the 2. And assuming they'll get the almost full anti-eco shut down as well, considering they saved all these SMGs, we're looking very, very close to GG, Tom.
Yeah, I think it would be very impressive if Reason were able to turn this around. They pretty much have to do exactly what we saw Endpoint do to them in the previous half. So they definitely have just completely turned around from what we saw on the previous matchup. They lost the first pistol, lost the conversion. This time they're winning it, and with only losing 2 rounds or buy rounds on the last. MP7 will be picked up, which can probably be dropped over. Maybe the pistol will be dropped instead. It's not going to leave them with very much going into this next round, as Reason just look to try and do some extra damage. Maybe make a little bit of extra cash, especially for Hoodlum, who has a money machine in the MP7.
He's really the player we've got to be watching out for here. We have a Deagle as well on Cray, but he's down on B. And Endpoint, they're focusing all their players up towards the A side of the map for now here. Only 2 CTs in position to deal with this one. Imi's already found the first. Thomas is dead, and Imi will double down. There's Karma 2. So already, Team Endpoint have opened up the A side like a can of worms. And Cray, while he starts his rotation, he's going to be too far off. They've already found themselves on the site. He can't connect. Jesp takes him. There's no point saving this SMG. I'm making you save the armor. Bit of a boost here for Hoodlum. But Cinder has nothing. Just checking T-spawn for guns. And moving back into this round to try and get anything done. Hold on to weapons. As if Endpoint are going to chase alone. We do have a couple of solo players. Imi's pushed up, but realistically, he's just going to be running out with the SMG. Might be able to make this one work. Hoodlum will hear him though, turns back around, flash comes through, and Imi falls down. So something gained from Reason, a small victory. Cinder will even get one as well with the P2K, grabbing himself, or P250, grabbing himself an AK. So now Reason actually picking up something a little more understandable. They can actually hold on to these guns.
Yeah, as you said, not really worth holding on to the MP7, but an extra kill will help them out massively going into the next, and it means that the T's themselves, although they've made plenty of cash, they're going to have to spend a lot of money going into this next round just because of how much they actually lost. So yeah, not a bad round at all from Reason. The problem is now they pretty much have to go for broke.
Let's see if Reason can play the money game and shut down Endpoint while it is teetering on the edge. Fast play up short, Pickles. Could have been dangerous there. Doesn't damage on Cinder, but doesn't take the kill. As the smoke goes down, he won't be able to connect anyone through it. Reason Gaming using the same setup as they did in the previous round. 3 down towards B. We have this aggression on A, but walking into Imi's sights is never a good idea. Thomas will fall. Karma, he picks up the weapon, but now Imi as a result knows that he's there. He's seen that weapon disappear. They're going to start to spam. They know someone is close. Karma moves back with the AWP into safe retreat. Joined by Hoodlum.
Karma, he's picked up the AWP. Has to watch out though, because Imi's going to be the man on the other side of things. 50 seconds on the clock. Getting pretty low, in fact, so they do have to make their move. The bomb all the way back in T-spawn at the moment, so we'll have to make its push. Looking like it's going to go towards that B site. 2 players currently waiting there. The fake going to be thrown out from Jesp. Already going to be getting the first. He knows the seconds there with the AWP as well. Rotation just beginning to come in as they now look to push over towards this B site. Nice shot from Cinder to at least get one, but now it's all onto Cray. He'll take one with him, but it's just not going to be happening. Karma now has to try and challenge back in a 1 versus 2 situation. He has an AWP, which I suppose helps him out a little bit considering his HP. He actually gets the first as well. Or battle. Imi gonna miss the shot, but so will Karma. And actually lovely flick as he gets the kill. Bomb diffuser will be coming in. And Reason will live to fight another day.
How long is the question? How long until Endpoint eventually crack the egg? It's 13 rounds. Very, very, very close. Money's a bit of an issue here. They are still going to be able to afford to buy, but the distribution is the main problem. Cryptics might have to go with the UMP. No, he gets dropped on over. Actually, it's okay. The utility is lackluster on Jesp and Pickles, but they make it work. It's not that bad. As we can see, Reason themselves, they have the AWP in play once again. Thomas picking that up. Imi is not going to be joining him, and he's been a bit of an issue on both the CT and T side. So now removing Imi on the AWP from the equation, Reason in for a far better shot. Fast play up short though. Thomas is going to hear the footsteps. He will back off. Karma trying to support as well with the help of a smoke. As Thomas sits towards the site waiting for the push to come through. Endpoint decide to back up off of the short position and instead take long. 3 players making their way up there with the bomb going as well. And just Mighty Max holding on to any kind of push down through short. Catching the connector control. And just generally being a nuisance to the side of Reason Gaming as Thomas. He smoked off, but not well enough. There's one. Jumps up to check short as well, but no one's going to be pushing. Imi's already taken down, and Karma is playing close. Reason have a good setup for this, and a man advantage to play with.
Thomas going to be looking to try and find himself the pick. Gets it as well. Already doubling down of what we saw, and this has just slowed down the T's to an almost stop. Need to try and find a way back into this so they can actually move forward, and with Thomas still alive, they're really struggling. Max will be able to get one, but it's quickly traded with 2 in return. Only Jesp remaining. Gets the first, actually gets the second as well, making things very costly for this CT side. Cinder just going to be waiting patiently, only 20 seconds remaining. Cray going to be holding the flank as well, just to make sure that this bomb plant is not happening.
Time is too low. Won't be able to commit to this. Just going to grab the open full back, but Cinder, good play there, doesn't let him. Takes a kill. Reason 7 rounds. Again, they continue this couple of round streak, but all it's going to take is one more from Endpoint really to put their money in the dirt. Look at the money that Reason have to fall back on if they lose. Because of the damage that Endpoint are doing, they really just don't have cash. 1 and 2 players saved in the round, sorry, that they won. This time Endpoint, they are going to be on the pistols. Tech 9 and Armor coming through here for the T side as we see this fast play up towards connector. We've got 2 players on the CT side playing on defense. It's going to be Karma once again with the support from Thomas of the AWP. And Endpoint walking into the rifle. Tech 9s, to be honest, if anything, are a bit of a counter.
Already Imi going to be getting that first. They've blinded up Thomas on the site as well, who's looking like he's about to fall. Takes nobody with him. CT side are going to be rotating in quickly, but already after plant positions will be in play. T-side picking up an AWP. It was a little bit of over-aggression, in fact, gets caught out and gives a bit of an opportunity. The problem is there's nobody coming in on the flank. The CTs are all going to be going in the same direction. They hope to isolate. Cryptics is actually going to be burnt forward a little bit and has to try and just move as he actually goes down, but it's a quick trade. Pickles with the Deeg as well, picks up 2. And that will be Endpoint taking things to 14. The CT side economy is going to be absolutely ruined. And the T's are getting ever closer to closing the second map.
Endpoint should not be winning that, but Reason, unable to get any picks before the players push towards the site, is not going to help their efforts at all. As we can see again, pistols through. Aggression, that's a good way to start it. Imi gets dropped. Bye-bye Orb. And Cray, looking to do exactly the same thing, does succeed in his endeavours. Pickles is dead. And what's happening here now for Reason? They've only got pistols, they've only got armour. They picked up 2 kills. Make that 3, Thomas! He's even going to grab the rifle. There's no one around to stop him. Endpoint have 2 left. And Reason are making a mockery of them.
Oh
dear.
Deagles. Love it. Absolutely love it. Jesp now just wondering what on earth happened to the rest of his teammates. Trying to bait them in with a bit of a flash. Don't really know where he is. Down to just 22 HP. Extra damage would be nice, but I think the damage has already been done by his opponents. In terms of money, T-side aren't going to have too much to force back up with unless somehow, by some miracle, Jesp gets a bomb plant, and I'm not really a believer in that. Will clear out Hoodlum from his position, but the 5.7 at range will win the duel. 3rd rifle picked up. The CT side, again, they give themselves another lifeline.
And the force from Endpoint coming at an awkward spot after that reset that we see. Again, no money for Reason to fall back on, and Endpoint previously did win one of these, so I guess it makes sense in theory, but I can't imagine Reason are going to repeat the same mistakes that led them to that situation. Karma this time on the AWP trying to get something done as Thomas falls back on the rifle. And Endpoint gifted long control, but again, Karma's there with a scoped weapon. There's only one AK to play with for the T side, but he's actually not going to hit that first shot. Thomas gets overrun as well. He gets spotted, has to spray away. There's one. Jesp trades, and Karma needs to pick up another one as well before they commit to the retake. It's a 4-on-3. Smoke's coming in. Endpoint raining them down, not allowing Reason to get anything done as Cinder sits on the other side. And Bomb getting planted as well. This is actually a really good round. Nice jump there from Matt. Sorry, nice shot there from Max. Going to catch the jump out of Hoodlum. Reason start to push on in with a man disadvantage. This may be another pistol round, Tom.
Yeah, the pistols showing their power in the last couple as now Karma and Crate may just want to try and hold on to their weaponry. They're going to have to let this hit 15 if they're going to have any chance of fighting things back in terms of money. They've got a little bit spare just based off winning around with pistols and keeping a lot of players alive. Karma needs to try and fall back, will actually take down Mighty Max, so at least drops another, and the T-side money's not going to be excellent either, so they don't really want to overface, but nice stuff coming out from Emmy. He'll drop one with the Tech 9, leave it onto just one gun, and that completely changes things in terms of the buy. It should be a couple of weapons, but it's going to be much more difficult.
And that's so good from Emmy because he doesn't have to worry about dying. If he goes down, it's a Tech 9, it's no loss. $1,500 of investment into that round from him. He'll get enough on the loss bonus to be able to fully buy himself back and twice. The win bonus, sorry. So now, looking at Reason, we are on the edge of a defeat from them, and we are on the edge of seeing a 3rd map series. As Endpoint set up outside of this B site early on, it's going to be actually great to open things up. Cinder with a bit of support as well, with a Deagle and Hoodlum not going to be able to land. He's trying to connect shots, but it's Cinder to go big. 2 for him on the FAMAS, and Jesp, he's the last man standing out of nowhere, snuck into B, behind enemy lines. This could be good here for Team Endpoint. Sorry for Reason Gaming, but It's very hot in the studio, Tom.
Yeah, I don't know how these rounds keep going the way of the weaker buy at the moment. It's just worrying in terms of Counter-Strike that
hello.
The pistols are working. Jess actually somehow gets away with that, picks up an AWP, the bomb down. He's got a minute left to try and do something with it. Basically hoping for an overextension from the CT side. In terms of rebuying that AWP, there's absolutely no hope for pretty much either side. Pickles, well, he'll be able to get one if they win the round, but, well, he won't because they will have won the game. Just, he'll be tempted to hold on to this. The only problem is kind of screw him over in terms of economy. It looks like he is going to be trying to challenge. Picks up the rifle. 25 seconds left on the clock. Looking to try and retrieve that bomb. There should be a perfect crossfire, and the position of Hoodlum just going to allow him to come in from behind, and it won't even matter. Cinder's going to get the kill. 15-9. 6 rounds the difference. The CT side will at least win another.
I don't get why you go for that, though. Because it's not like they have a loss bonus to fall back on. It's not like they have, you know, max loss bonus that he really needs to save. So why not save the rifle worth 5k and just throw it into another mixed buy? They even force buy. This makes even less sense. If you're going to go for it, then just hold on to the gun. If you're going to buy in this round, just save the gun. You clearly don't care about the loss bonus. You're investing it anyway. You don't want the money, so why even attempt for the win? Because chances are, obviously, you can justify by going, oh, he could have won it. He could have won it, but he wasn't going to. It's a 1v3. It's not easy to win. Either way, whatever. Charge into B. 3 players there. Hoodlum on the other side. 2 for him. Gonna be able to go big at least. Trying to go for the third as well. Pulls out the pistol. Cinder wraps around to try and support him at least a little bit, but the push up from Imi will catch him off guard. Cinder spraying away. One more for him, but just trades, and he'll get dropped over from the heavens as the rotation comes back in from Thomas, leaving just Cryptics stuck in the B site.
Brought this round close, but close shouldn't do anything. Thomas taking his time to finish things off. Only a difference of 5 now if they can string these rounds together. We've already seen them do it in the first map by quite an impressive margin. T-side also going to be forcing into that one, meaning they don't have enough to actually invest. Now, they've done wonders with the pistols, but this would be something completely different. They don't have any utility, any armor, and barely any weaponry either, so not expecting much. Thomas going to be going for this early pick as well and finds it without any real hassle.
Pistol chase. Unable to land. Pickles might get one here though, and yeah, he will. Takes Thomas. On a couple of kills so far. Grabs himself an AK, but again, no armor to support it is going to mean aim punches. Very viable here for Reason Gaming. One shot will render these players almost useless.
T-side slowly making their way towards that A site. As you said, no armor. It's going to make things very difficult. Instant headshots necessary. Cray doesn't have head armor, so the M4 will be enough. In fact, he does hit an instant headshot. That's just unfortunate. Will be 1 for Pickles at least. 3 kills already in this round. Needs to ace if they have a... Well, he needs to ace to win the game, pretty much. They are split at the moment. The problem is this connector position from Hoodlum is perfect. If he tries to rotate towards B, there's no way he checks that first time. So for any Endpoint fans, they've got to hope that Pickles decides to go towards the A site. And, well...
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, even he doesn't really know where he's going by the looks of things. He is going to head over towards A, so he's picked the right one. Rotation should be fairly quick, but... if he can get this entry kill, in fact, he should be able to get the bomb down without any real problem. So that is actually quite a big bonus in terms of economy. It means even if he just ran away with the AK, that would be something decent. Now, if he can isolate one, that would be perfect. But as I said, Hoodlum going to be very quick to rotate the second that bomb is clicked. And that will be 15-11, down to just 4.
Yeah, not a lot you can do in that position, especially without armor or utility to play with. Realistically, overtime's on the card here, but the money is going to be good for Endpoint, so they have a couple more buys to play with before we see the 15th round game by Reason. So still more chances to close out this map, and I say they have a couple more buys. It's not like the ecos have been too bad either. Endpoint have won a couple of those pistol rounds, so already looking at those as very, very effective rounds. Reason is stuck now. Can't afford to make a mistake. No AWP in either. We've got one on the side of Imi. Reason not putting it up on either Thomas or Karma. Holding them back just a little bit is Endpoint. They start to take connector control once again, moving up for this default short take. They split with the players coming from Fountain. Reason just sitting on the site, not aggressive at all due to the lack of AWP presence. They make things a lot harder. Not wanting to give away a pick here to the T side. Imi tries to go for something with the AWP, but it won't connect.
T-side going to be making the wrap around Banana. Thomas and Karma looking to try and hold on to this one. Spot will come out. Imi almost goes down. Very low on HP. 55 seconds left. Utility being used to hold them back at least a little while. Rotation has come in from a third player. Push now going to be coming out though, and Pickles and Cryptics get the entries. They're looking to try and finish this here and now. Rotation will be in eventually. A couple of low players as well for the CT players to deal with. Still got an incendiary as well, but there's no smoke to try and protect them as they look to try and defuse that bomb. The question is, will they even get that far? That's the big thing. They've got a lot to still try and cover. Max throwing out the smoke, but Cinder gets one and actually gets the second as well. Still an awful lot of work to do. Hoodlum going for the push. Flashbang doesn't actually achieve anything as he goes for that peek. Cinder with another. Cray gets one, and it's all onto Jesp. But he's got to try and buy the time. Cinder doesn't have a kit, and it doesn't matter. His head is completely gone. 16 to 11. It took Endpoint a little while to finish things off, but they will get themselves to map number 3.
Very good stuff as well. I mean, as you say, it did take a while. I felt like they could have closed out a little bit earlier, but a win is a win at the end of the day. And after getting 16-1 over on Mirage, I don't think they can be too upset about taking that victory over on Overpass.